You know, we meet tonight in the shadow of congressional hearings on the alleged radicalization of the American Muslim community. House Homeland Security Chairman Congressman Peter King asserts, listen to this, over 80% of the mosques in this country are controlled by radical imams. I reject that, and I want every one of you to reject that. That is wrong, and we will stand up and reject that claim. And we'll be backed by the Pew Research Foundation, whose data suggests what? Listen to this. That Muslims are decidedly American in their outlook, values, and attitudes, while continuing to be Muslims, and that Muslims in America are largely assimilated, happy with their lives, and moderate. So we reject Peter King's assertions completely. You know, we spent most of 2010, what did we deal with? The Park 51 controversy? Did we have to deal with that? We shouldn't have had to deal with that in the America that we know of the 21st century, and yet we had to deal with that. We had to deal with the injustice of Park 51. We had to deal with the stupidity, if I may call it, of the Quran burning. We shouldn't have to deal with that, but we did. And then the rest of 2010 we spent in the build-up of hype toward these very congressional hearings that occurred on Thursday, last Thursday. So what do we do about this? What do you do about this? I have a very simple answer, and I hope you agree with me. American Muslims must build, they must sustain, they must grow institutions like CARE to address these challenges. We have no choice. CARE protects our civil liberties. CARE educates the public about Islam and Muslims through media representation and educational seminars. And CARE empowers us to build the next generation of leaders for the community. We need a serious and unwavering commitment to build institutions that are run by full-time, qualified, and highly motivated professionals. And that takes money. That takes your money. That takes my money. And we need to be committed to doing that. That's how we do it in America, and that's how we have done it from day one in CARE. And in institutions like CARE that work on a professional basis, not volunteer. I have the pleasure to tell you that we have tonight as our keynote speaker Dr. Omar Farooq Abdullah, who has been my teacher unbeknownst to him. I met him last afternoon. I've been his student for 7 years, but he didn't know that. And I'm so pleased to have met him. Dr. Omar has written very extensively about social obligations. I want you to remember this term, social obligations, that Muslims must fulfill as part of their covenant with Allah, with God. Our ritual practices are necessary, but they're not sufficient. Your salah is necessary, but it's not sufficient. It is fulfilling our social obligations that complete our covenant with Allah and give it meaning. So let's become committed to institution building with our time, our talent, and our treasure. Each of these three things count for every one of us. We cannot miss any one of these three things. Your time, for that is the most precious of gifts that Allah has given us. Your talent, without which we could not soar to heights unachieved by the past. And your treasure, which Allah invokes you to invest in return for unrestrained blessings, both here and in the hereafter. So tonight I want to offer you two challenges, and I want you to very openly and clearly listen to me. Two challenges. One, I ask everyone to become committed supporters of CARE at $1 a day. That's all. $1 a day. Everyone in this room tonight, without exception, united we will progress unfailingly. This will enable CARE to continue offering its current services every year. That will allow us to sustain our services that we have provided for the community to date. Two, please pay attention again. Second request. I ask 10 women, I want to see these 10 women. who have the compassion for their children, and their families, and the financial means to back that compassion. I want these 10 women to become annual $5,000 donors to CARE. And I want 10 men who believe that they have the will, the foresight, the honor, and the God-given means to build institutions to also become annual $5,000 members. Why do I ask you of this? I ask this 20 people to pave the way forward for CARE to take its game to the next level in the Delaware Valley. Enable CARE to hire a lawyer and offer legal services that will enable the American Muslim community to set legal precedents for the continued protection of rights, as multiple communities have done in the past in America's legal history. Now it's your turn. When you stand up, when you stand your ground, when you do not budge, and you protect your rights in the court systems, do you know what you do? You protect the rights of all Americans. Every single person in America's rights are protected because a group decides that they will not let their rights be violated and that they will set precedent in the court systems. Enable CARE Philadelphia to hire a lawyer. I need those 10 women with compassion and those 10 men with honor and the will to make this institution perform at the next level. I believe the time is now for us to step up to the plate and be counted. You can count on CARE, and I know I can count on you, and I know CARE can count on you. May Allah bless you and protect you. I wish you the very best for this evening. Thank you, and Assalamu alaikum.